Hi, I'm Steve Northcutt. Welcome back to the channel. We're back at this little flip house that we're working on. The guys are working on siding. They're at lunch right now. At the end of the day, we'll get everything cleaned up real good for the weekend. They're about halfway done with the siding. Another day or two, they'll have the siding all wrapped up, soffit, and then we'll get gutters on and try to get the outside cleaned up completely. We're gonna pour a new sidewalk on the front. Probably either put some sod down or just seed the yard a little bit and try to make that look a little bit more presentable. Drywall is done. We're going to start primer and paint probably tomorrow or Monday, and then start the inside, getting the flooring down, trim, all that good stuff. So we got the new HVAC. We got a new unit outside and inside. We went all electric. We're going to do away with the gas. We're going to paint the foundation either white or black. We're going to do black metal on the fascia board. We're going to do black gutters. It should look pretty good when we're done. Probably do black gutters and black downspouts. Yeah, it'll look good. Drywall is, I believe they're done. We're gonna go in and take a look and see how far. They had a few more things they had to do. We're gonna see if they got it all done so that the painter can start tomorrow. Yeah, it looks like they're done. They got it all sanded down. Looks pretty good. We got to make sure when you're doing stuff like this, you got to change the filters on the HVAC pretty regularly, because it's hard. You can tell just by listening to it that it's kind of struggling. So that filter has to get changed ASAP. It puts a lot of pressure on the unit when it's pulling really hard on that, trying to get air. So the next step is the painter is going to spray primer on everything. And then since we're not doing texture, we're just doing the smooth finish. After you spray primer, you have to kind of lightly sand it, because after the primer goes on there on drywall, it kind of puts some little fuzzies on the wall. So you got to sand that down, and then it'll be ready for paint. I don't know which way this guy's going to do it. Sometimes they'll paint the trim before they put it on. Sometimes they'll put the trim on and then paint it. This guy's the same guys who do the paint and the trim and the flooring. So it's whatever process he wants to do. We'll just kind of let him do it. He's going to put the cabinets in first, and then we're going to put the vinyl plank flooring down. We got a little bit of work to do on the floor. There's a couple of high spots. We'll probably sand it down. Might want to sand it down just a little bit. The foundation was kind of out of level a little bit. We straightened it up some, but there's a couple low spots that we'll probably put some leveling compound. Kind of that corner there is a little bit low. We'll fix it up a little bit. Hopefully next week, into next week, the inside will be 85–90% done, and then outside should be real close to being done. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we'll be done with this house, move on to the next project. Okay, so we bought this property for just under $35,000. That was the purchase price plus the closing cost. We're kind of estimating to have about $50,000 in renovation on this job. Went over budget a little bit, so we're going to probably be all in around $85,000, maybe even get up to $90,000. I was really hoping to be less than that, but we ran into some things that we just weren't really anticipating, and so that's probably where we're going to be at when I get all done. So what I did was I paid cash for the house, paying cash for all the renovation, and then I will go to the bank and cash out and get my money back, and then I'll take that money and go on to the next project. What I usually try to do is make the job at least cash flow and have a little bit of profit. If I'm not making a whole lot, it's not really that much of a concern. I have some formulas that I use that I try to hit. I'm not trying to just make a whole bunch off of it. I'm just letting the tenant pay their principal down. 5–10 years, I may decide to sell the house or whatever. The way interest rates are right now, they're a little bit high, so I probably won't pull as much cash out, just because I want to keep that payment low enough to where those ratios aren't too far out of balance. And the bank will also, they'll have a say in that as well. They won't let me get too far out of balance. That's kind of where we're at. When I'm figuring up, I got to have a percentage for maintenance, which there won't be a whole lot since everything's gonna be brand new. But there'll be a few things here and there. You got to have a little bit of a maintenance amount in there. Your payment, your insurance, taxes, all that's all going to be in there. And then you have to have a little bit of a percentage for, in case you don't have a tenant for a month or two. You kind of have to have a percentage in there for that, just to kind of cover any cost that's going to incur while you're getting the next tenant in. And then also, whenever a tenant moves in, they're going to pay a deposit. 9 times out of 10, that covers any kind of damages that they would do. Very rarely I haven't had any really bad ones that have went in and just trashed the place. I've had a few that we just had to replace the floor coverings and just do some repaint, but it wasn't really wasn't too bad. And so most of the time the deposit will cover that. You just got to screen your tenants really good. Make sure they have good references, make sure where they're coming from, that they left in good standing with the previous landlord, and you should be good most of the time. So stay tuned. We'll be probably doing 2, maybe 3 more videos on this. Once we get done, we'll kind of see how it goes. We're trying to do a video a week on this project, and then in the future we're going to have a project that we're always going to try to do a video a week per project. We'll also do a video showing our other projects that we got going on, just kind of standalone videos. So just stay tuned and subscribe.